Okay guys, L167 here. This is tutorial part 3. Today we're going to be doing a mask map. So we're going to open up our test track that we've been working on in the previous tutorials, and we're going to make our mask map. So we have our height map folder. So highlight the folder height map and then click down the bottom here, new group. And we're going to call this one, so right click and double click on it, sorry, and call this mask map. So now highlight mask map, and we're going to create a new layer in mask map. Now it's highlighted, so now we want to turn off the height map for now. Now that it's highlighted, we're going to put down our first color for the mask map. So we'll choose the color, and there's 4 possible colors: red, green, blue and black. You can only choose 4 textures in Reflex, and they have to be complete whole colors, either red, blue, green or black. So you know it's a complete whole color if you've got 255 of that color and 0 of the other colors. So for red, it has to be 255, 0, 0. And green, you'll see it will be 255 for green and 0 for the others. And black, complete black, is all zeros, as we said before. So the best way to choose them is to just select them up the top here. So red, green, blue or black. We'll go red for this one and go OK, and we'll just paint bucket that image red. Now what we're going to do to make it easy, we're going to use our track path. So we're going to duplicate a layer, click on the track path and go OK. And now we're going to move that layer up above the red layer and make the opacity back to 100. Now the color of that one should be completely black, which it is. So OK. So now we have 2 textures we've put down, and you allocate your textures to the colors in the editor, and I'll just show you how to do that in a sec. But there's one more step we have to do. We have to make an alpha channel, which creates reflections. So we're going to go down and click, go into channels up the top here, and then down the bottom you want to create an alpha. Now just create an alpha and make sure it's black. This one controls the wet look. One of my tracks, Uluru Wet. If you paint where you paint white on here, it will be shiny, and black will be dry and dusty. So we'll leave it dry and dusty for now. I'll do a wet tutorial later on, how to do make the wet effect. So basically where you paint white will be shiny, and you can vary that from black through the greys to white. So that's created that alpha, and just go back, just uncheck the eye on the alpha and then click on the layers tab, and we're going to save it. Just save it. It won't, because you haven't unchecked, because you have them unchecked doesn't mean it won't save them. It just won't, you won't be able to see them in the image. So we'll minimize, and we're going to put that, minimize all my crap I got up. We're going to put that into the Digital Earthworks. So we'll open up Digital Earthworks, our track we were doing, cancel that, open, and where was it? It was on the desktop. No, it wasn't. It was the desktop. And our track building kit. No, it wasn't. It was, trying to remember, a test track. That's it. And open that up. And we're just going to import that map. So terrain tab and RGB mask. So we're going to open it up. It should be on the desktop. That's where we saved it, and it was test track height map. So we've imported our mask map, and if you click this little tab button up here, the white and the black button, you'll see it goes to the alpha, and you click it again and it goes back to the main image. So you need to have that alpha in there. If you don't, you'll either have really shiny track because the alpha defaults to white. So Now we've got to represent these colors, the red and the black, to a texture. So the black is the base channel, base texture. So we click on that, and that's what would be on the track if we left it at the standard, and the red would be that. We want to make that grass, so if we open up our import tool, and we'll go to the Reflex track building kit, and sample track files, and textures and bump maps. We're going to just choose any grassy image. Just wait for them to load. So this one will do, national grass. We've got grass, and what we've also got to do now is import the bump map, which gives it the shape of the grass sort of in game. So we've got to import the corresponding bump map. So the R channel bump map, click on that and then import, and you'll find in my samples next to, or usually in the same folder, the bump map. So click on that, and that's the bump map for the red channel. So we have the same bump map. And so now if you go into the objects tab, you will see, we'll zoom around, you'll see the texture is grass, and our base texture here where the track goes. You'll see this white circle around up the top here. You need the top down image in to make that all look grass or track, and we'll do that later. That's it. We'll save it, beta test track, and that should be putting it in game right now, and then we'll go in game and test it out. Okay, we're now in game, and as you can see we've got grass, and you can see the bump mapping to the grass, and we've also got the other base texture, which was where the black was, and the grass where the red was. Hey, we're back on our desktop now, and just one thing, don't forget to save it. So we saved it as a beta test track, and remember that just puts it in game. That won't save your work, so we need to save it as a compiler track file. So double click that, and it was in test track. Just overwrite our existing one. So you've got 4 channels, base texture, texture red, that's the one we imported. You can change all of those. You can use green and blue also, so you can have up to 4. So wherever you paint on the mask map, if you painted blue here, you'd have whatever you have for blue texture B channel in that point. So it's up to you guys to get creative. Just one more thing, I forgot to mention, you can overlay the colors. So we'll create a new layer, and we're going to use blue for this one. So we'll select blue, and okay, so we'll turn on our height map, turn this one off, and also this one off, and you can see the jump. Now we're just going to get the paintbrush, and maybe a soft brush size of about 8, something like that, and we're just going to paint some lines on the up ramp of that jump, and you can see that we're in the new layer here, so we're painting in that layer, and something like that. And you can also get the delete, the eraser button, and make the flow say 40% or something, and just make it look a bit, not a bit patchy for a real life effect. And then you make the opacity maybe something like that, 50%, and turn them back on and turn the height map off. If you save it, whatever you have in the blue channel in the editor will sort of be partially transparent to what's in the black, or if you have the opacity on it 100, you will see completely what's in the blue channel compared to what's in the black channel. So that can be a tip. You can maybe have a lighter color on the track path if it's a dark textured track. Okay, here's an example of one of my tracks. This is the little Supercross track in the corner of L167 compound. As you notice, I've got my base texture is black. I'll show you an example. This is just one of the samples from Reflex. Here's the bump map corresponding. So that's the rocks, the white's the rocks, and they stick high. We'll go back to the mask. So as you can see on the edge of the track, I've actually painted it a little rough so that the dirt isn't so perfect. As in real life, dirt kind of sprays off the side of the track. And as you can see, the green, if I click on green, is some boards. I've just downloaded that picture of CG textures, and we'll get into how to make textures later. And here's the bump map for that. It's basically completely flat, so there's no it's a dead flat board. We'll go back to the mask. So I've painted that, and I've done it in the shape of boards around the track for the effect of boards laying under the dirt. In the red section, I've got here sand, which is another picture I got of CG textures. And here's the bump map. I made this. Red. I made this bump map. I'll show you guys how to do it. It's not that hard. It's just a matter of altering the actual image. Yeah, so there's a sample of a mask map, and that's what you probably should be getting towards. So that wraps up my tutorial, and we'll hopefully be back within the next week or two with part number 4.